Kitchen pantry scientist Liz Heinecke has a new book coming out in March. It's called Biology for Kids, but today we are getting a sneak preview.
Liz joins us now live on Skype from her home kitchen science lab. Liz, nice to see you.
Good morning.
New book. I mean, you're just, now I'm supposed to practice self-compassion, but I have not cranked out 47 books over the last year like you have.
What keeps me out of trouble, Jason?
Tell us about the new focus.
Okay, so this book has, I realized, a couple experiments that I invented that are perfect for teaching kids about coronaviruses, about their immune systems, and about how the coronavirus vaccine can help protect us from the coronavirus infection. So I'm going to start with just some Play-Doh here. So by rolling some Play-Doh into balls, or, you know, sculpty clay, whatever, and covering them with little blobs, kids can see how coronaviruses look. And coronaviruses were discovered by a woman named June Almeida, who was very good with microscopes, and she found these little viruses. And if I put these little spikes, they're called spike proteins, on the virus, you can see, if you look at it under a microscope, it looks like a sun or a halo. So that's why they named it coronavirus, right? Like the halo around the sun.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, that's great to know. My kids ask me that question all the time. Now I know the answer to that one. Okay, good.
Yeah, so when scientists make the vaccine, what they're doing is they are taking these spikes, these spike proteins, and they are introducing them into your body. When you get vaccinated, that introduces just the spike protein into your body, and your immune system then makes molecules called antibodies. Now, antibodies, I've made this just with some toothpicks and Play-Doh and skewers. Antibodies kind of look like Y-shaped molecules. And what they do, once your body has been introduced to a bacteria or a virus, they can recognize it and they can bind to these viruses like this, right? So your body is making antibodies now that bind to these viruses. And what happens is more than one antibody can bind to the viruses can clump together. And what antibodies do is two things. They keep viral particles from, it makes it so the viruses can't enter into the cell, right? This is not to scale, obviously.
Right.
But they also set up, they're like watchdogs. When they see a virus, they set up an alarm system for your body that alerts your body, hey, alert, your immune system goes on high alert, and it can start destroying the viral particles, right? So one way your body does this is through these, through white blood cells, these cells called phagocytes, and phago means to eat. And what these white blood cells do, macrophages, they destroy foreign bodies like viruses coated with antibodies and bacteria. So the vaccine also activates, makes antibodies that activate your immune system. So kids can mix together 1 cup of cornstarch, half a cup of water, and they've probably all made this in science class. It's a non-Newtonian fluid. It's super cool. It's cornstarch and water. It acts like a liquid if you let it rest. It acts like a solid if you roll it around. But you can just fill balloons up with them and make fake white blood cells, sorry about that, to see how, and this is not to scale again, but to see how white blood cells, when they encounter a pathogen like a coronavirus, they actually attach to it and they engulf it, they gobble it up. So they make it, they take it inside into these phagosome compartments, they break it apart, they destroy it, and then they spit it back out in little pieces and present it to the immune system. So that activates even like more antibodies to be made, more blood cells, white blood cells scrambling around, eating up viral particles. So these are fun experiments you can do with Play-Doh and cornstarch and toothpicks that teach kids about the coronavirus vaccine.
Love it.
That's great.
Perfect. Liz, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Congrats on the book.
Thank you.
You can see more of Liz's experiments at kitchenpantryscientist.com. Plus, get a link to learn more about her book. We have that at WCCO.com/links.